Hi, everybody. My name is Astrid Northrup, and I'm a professor of engineering science and math at Northwest College in Powell, Wyoming. I will be your instructor this year for one of three courses that you may be taking. That would be Engineering Science 2010 Statics, Engineering Science 2120 Dynamics, and/or Engineering Science 2410 Mechanics of Materials. So in this short introductory video, which I'm recording on the 18th of August, 2020, I'm going to get you ready so that you will be ready and squared away to begin the course or courses that you're taking from me tomorrow, which is the official day that school starts. And then you will be prepared to earn the grade that you want in my course. So the first thing that we need to do is to talk about how you access our class page. And what you do first is you go to the website my.nwc.edu, and this is our landing page for our system. Now yours is going to look a little different than mine because mine's an instructor page and yours is a student page, but some of the features will be the same. Most importantly for us, over here on the right hand side, there is a Moodle logo, and beginning tomorrow, there will be the courses underneath it that you are going to be taking or teaching I hope, maybe none of you are teaching anything, that you'll be taking this fall. Now, the three courses that I'm teaching are Dynamics, Statics, and Mechanics of Materials. And they'll all function pretty much the same way, but I kind of want to show you where to get things and how to access them. Let's say, for example, that you are taking Dynamics from me. This material is pertinent to the other classes as well. But the first thing you'll see when you open our class page is that there is a Zoom meeting for class help. Now, for Dynamics and Mechanics of Materials, the courses are asynchronous, meaning that we do not have set times. So that Zoom meeting is, we'll set appointments to open it up. On the other hand, Statics does have a set class time. We will be meeting via Zoom every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 o'clock. So the first thing that you will do in Statics is come to this class, come to the Moodle page, open the Zoom link, and then we'll get started. For the other two classes, we'll set appointments and visit at times that you need to visit with me, but we don't have any preset times of meeting. So continuing with that, now that I've opened both Statics and Mechanics Materials, or Statics and Dynamics, let's take a look at Zoom. All of the classes have some material up front, but one of them is that Zoom link, one of them is the course syllabus, and one of them is the homework template. Now, one of the things that becomes very important as an engineering student is turning in homework in an industry acceptable way. And this means that you want to use engineering comp paper or some other type of a quadro paper. And this homework template will show you how your homework should look. It's also the way that your exams should look. And in the courses that have quizzes, the quizzes should be filled out this way as well. But the answer alone is not sufficient. I tell students that every problem is an essay problem. I want to see the way that you think, the way that you break down the problem and formulate your solution. So please follow the homework template. The course syllabus is found here, and I update that. This one is not updated yet, but it will be before tomorrow, as will Statics. So the only syllabus that I have updated right now is Dynamics. And so if we take a look at the syllabus for Dynamics, you can see, for example, it's 3 credits. The meeting times are arranged, and you can also see how to contact me. Now, another important thing, since I will be available every day, but I will not necessarily be physically on campus every day, but I'll be available through email, phone, and text. It's very important that you have my phone number. My cell phone number is 307-272-1833. And I encourage you to text me anytime that you need to get a hold of me. Like if you're working on your homework and get stuck, send me a text. Okay, moving on down, you can also email me. The worst way to get a hold of me is to leave a voicemail um, on my office phone, or even on my cell phone. I will hardly ever pick that up. So each one of these syllabi, if you read through them, will go through, it will tell you the book that we're going to be using. Now, the first part of each class, I'll make sure that the material is available to you so that you can order the book either through our bookstore or via a publisher like or a secondary seller like Amazon. So you will have a week or two to get the book if you don't have it already. Now, the assessment in our classes is pretty simple, pretty cut and dried. We have a 2-hour midterm exam, which will be given about 8 weeks into class, and that's worth 40% of your exam. It will be proctored via Zoom, or if you're on campus and you prefer to be in a room with me, we can do it that way as well. The final exam will be given during finals week. It's also worth 40% of your grade, so those are really important exams. If we have quizzes, they're worth 10%. The homework is worth 10%, and there will be a homework assignment for every chapter. So approximately every week or week and a half, you'll have a homework assignment due. The dates will be clearly listed on our Moodle pages so that you'll be set and ready to go. And if we don't have quizzes, the homework is worth 20%. So overall, if you make a 90%, you're guaranteed an A, 80%, you're guaranteed a B, and so on. All of your homework needs to be submitted through Moodle, and basically the way that it works, if you go back and take a look at the page, you'll see lectures, which are all on YouTube, and they're organized here. So lectures, it tells you the sections that are covered, and then it tells you the homework. So in dynamics, for example, we start in chapter 11. So the homework for chapter 11 is all due and will be submitted here. Now there are 3 sets because there are 3 videos. So the first set is what you should be able to do after video number 1, second set after video number 2, third set after video number 3, but then you submit them all at the same time. I do accept late homework. You'll get full credit if you submit on time or within a reasonable window of time after the due date. The problem with late homework is it tends to snowball. You need to have the first half of the homework sets done before we take the midterm exam in order to be prepared for the midterm, similarly with the final. So my best advice to you is to submit that homework on time. And if you, after you do the first set, for example, you're not going to, since like, for example, chapter 11 homework is comprised of 3 sets. If you do the first set and you have some trouble, get a hold of me and we'll work together and answer your problems. Then go on to the second set and the third set, but really submit the whole thing very promptly or very close to the due date in order to stay up to speed. My goal as an instructor is to make sure that all of the homework and all of the quizzes prepare you for the exams. And you will also see that when you have the midterm exam, I will give you some review problems. So there will be a lecture or a document that will tell you what those review problems are. So for example, here is the review for the midterm exam in dynamics. Here are the 4 problems that will be similar, not identical by any means, but similar in nature to the problems on the midterm exam. So when you take the midterm exam, it's proctored, like I said, either face-to-face or via Zoom. You have 2 hours to complete the exam, and you are not allowed an internet-capable device. So if you have a calculator that you like to use, make sure that it is not one that will access the internet. One of the things that you will encounter as an engineer is when you are a junior or a senior, you will take an exam called the Fundamentals of Engineering exam, which is the first step toward your licensure as a professional engineer. That exam is an 8-hour exam, and on any given day, 70% of the testers pass and 70% fail. And they may stretch it out over a period of time now that they can administer it over the internet. But in that exam, there is a very limited list of calculators that are allowed. So I like to use a calculator. If you're going to buy a calculator, buy a calculator that you can use on the FE exam because you know it's coming up. And not only will it benefit you to have that kind of a calculator, it'll also prepare you to get ready to take the FE exam, which is a timed exam. So the more familiar you are with the calculator that you're going to use, the better. All right, so everything will be laid out on the Moodle page. So it's a combination of watching lectures, doing your homework, working with me, and submitting your homework on time or nearly on time, and then taking your quizzes and exams. Now, if your class has quizzes, some do and some do not, there would only be 2 quizzes. And they look like this. They are timed, but they are not proctored. So what you do is you open up the quiz, you have 1 hour, and then you would submit it under this button. So one of the things I strongly recommend is that you have access to a scanner or an app on your phone that will create a PDF file so that you can scan it and send it to me in Moodle. My favorite free app, if you don't have one, is called Office Lens, and Office Lens is a pretty cool little scanning program. Looks like this, yeah, and it just creates PDF files. And once again, there's what it looks like on your phone. Okay, almost. If you need help with that, please let me know. You can see I'm a mess on my phone as well as in my real life, but Office Lens, orange. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, please let me know. If you have another program that you like to use, that's super as well. Some of the chapters have PowerPoints, the PowerPoints go with the lectures. So in other words, when we have PowerPoints for chapter 13, you would watch the lecture and pull up the PowerPoints at the same time. Now, logistically, since we're doing everything either via the internet or via Zoom, you will need to have a computer or access to a computer. There are several labs on the Northwest College campus that are available for you to use if you are Zooming and you don't have access to the proper equipment. So if you are in that situation, please let me know. So the most important thing as I finish out my little talk today is success in this class is really dependent on a couple of things. One is watching the videos, doing the homework. One is completing the quizzes and the midterms. And the final piece is working with me. So I just want to reiterate, I will be available every day, whether I am on campus or not. My office is Math and Science, room 127 or 117. I'll probably have to look at my own syllabus to tell you for sure. But it's inside the main office on the first floor of the Math and Science building. And yeah, it's 117 right there, inside of room 115. You can call my office phone, but please don't leave a voicemail because I will not get it in a timely fashion. So call me on my cell, which is 307-272-1833. Or email me at this address, astrid.northrup@nwc.edu. But I really want you to know and stress this over and over again that I consider working with students individually to be a very important part of what we do and how you learn, and why I'm an instructor at Northwest College. So do not hesitate to get a hold of me if we need to visit, when you need help or guidance, or about anything else about navigating the campus environment. So I'm happy to have you in class. Thanks for listening, and we'll see some of you tomorrow at 1 if you are in statics, and the rest of you, we'll see you at irregular intervals during the semester. Take care.